everyone, it's Tina Marie. Welcome back to my channel. It's been so long since I've been on here, but I wanted to come on here and share with you all that I am pregnant. Y'all, your girl is pregnant. The story is so crazy how I found out. I cannot wait to share with you all. Like, it's crazy. So let's just hop into it. All right, I had to sit down. I can't stand up too long. I'll be tired. So, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Let's just talk about it. So, I actually didn't even know I was pregnant. I found out I was pregnant when I was 22 and a half weeks. My stomach started getting big out of the blue, like really fast. So, my stomach wasn't like super duper flat, but it was flat enough. And then like in a matter of days, my stomach started getting really big. And I didn't know what was going on. Like I was really scared because my stomach, you just know your body. And for my stomach to get that big in a short amount of time, less than a week, I was scared. So I sent a video to my OBGYN of my stomach. I'm like, I really don't know what's going on. Like this just happened out the blue. Like, do I need to come to you or do I need to go to my primary care provider? He was like, go to your primary care provider first just to rule anything out, because I was thinking the worst because it wasn't normal to me. So I went to my primary care provider and, you know, she was feeling my stomach. She was like, I don't feel any masses or anything. And that's what I was afraid of. I thought it was a mass in my stomach or something. She was like, I don't feel any masses or anything. Let's just take a pregnancy test just to be on the safe side. And I'm just like, there's really no reason to, because it's difficult for me to get pregnant. So just want to stop right there. So I have PCOS. It's polycystic ovarian syndrome. So basically it's a hormonal imbalance that causes you not to ovulate like you should. Like there's so many other different factors that go into it, and I'm still learning about it. So I really don't want to preach on it because I'm still learning. So a few symptoms of PCOS is irregular periods, excess hair growth. Like if you have like facial hair, like right here, and like mustache, like excess hair growth. Okay. If you know, then you know. Also acne and weight gain. So my doctor told me, he was like, I'm not saying that you can't get pregnant. You're just going to need help. And my doctor, he's the nicest doctor, the sweetest, but he's going to tell me like it is. So I've heard before in the past, before I was even diagnosed with PCOS, because I feel like a lot of people really don't know about it because it's still being studied and all this other stuff. They were just like, well, you know, you have irregular periods, you're not going to be able to have kids. Like I've had a doctor tell me that before in the past, and I'm just like, okay. Which is hard for someone who wants kids. Like when all you aspire to be is a mother, and then you hear that you can't have kids, it's like, it just breaks your heart. Okay. So just a little bit of background. My periods have always been irregular for the longest time. Probably for about like 10 years or so. Like I've went so long as to where my periods would come on like 3 times a year. And I really didn't want to get on birth control because the side effects with birth control and me, I wasn't really feeling. But I'm like, you know, I'm getting older and I really do want to have kids. Like I want a tribe. Like I want a village. Not that many, but I want a few kids, like at least 3, okay? 2 or 3, between 2 and 4 kids, I would be happy. But I'm happy with this one right here. So, you know, I went to my doctor and I actually started taking birth control to regulate my periods because I thought that would help. it regulated my periods for a little bit, but then my periods started getting irregular again. So my doctor was like, well, you could either still take your birth control pills or you could stop taking them. It's really up to you. So I stopped taking them because, you know, sometimes you forget, and then I really didn't see it helping me at all. And I know I'm getting off track, but I promise you, I'm just giving you some background information before I tell you the rest of the story. Okay, so fast forward back to my doctor's appointment with my primary care provider. So I don't know if she knew that I wanted to have kids or not, but we were talking and everything. She was like, you know, maybe we could order a scan for you to do, like an ultrasound, and see what's going on. You know, I don't feel nothing in there. You seem perfectly fine. And I was just like, okay, whatever, you know, because I didn't know what was going on. So she was like, I'll be right back. I'm just going to check on, you know, your pregnancy test that you took. And I was just like, okay. So she was kind of walking slowly back in the room, and I'm just like, what's that? Like, what's wrong? Like, what's going on? She was like, well, your pregnancy test came back and it's positive. And I was just like, are you kidding me? And she was like, no. And I'm like, are you kidding me? She was like, no. And I kept asking, like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? She was like, no, no, no. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm about to cry. And she was like, why? No, 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 no. I was like, I really didn't think that I could have kids. And she was just like, really, Christina? And I'm just like, no, I really didn't think that I could have kids. And then, you know, I'm trying to contain my composure, and I feel like I'm about to cry right now, just thinking about that moment. But I was just like, oh my gosh. So she was like, well, I'm going to write your OBGYN, set up an appointment, and, you know, we'll go from there. So I'm still like in shock. So as soon as I went to the car, you know, me and my boyfriend, we've been trying for a while. So I was like, should I just surprise him when he gets home, or should I just call him now? But I couldn't wait. So I called him because he knew I was going to the doctor, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. And he was like, what did they say? What did they say? And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm about to cry. But I was just like, I'm pregnant. He was like, are you serious? And I'm like, yeah, we're pregnant. And it's just like I couldn't believe it. I was just so happy, and just, I wasn't expecting it. So he was just so happy. He was over the moon too. Like, we were just so happy. Everyone knows like how bad I wanted to have kids, and then just to know that I've been pregnant, it's just like a miracle. She's my little miracle baby. So 2 days later, I went to my OBGYN. So I'm still in shock, like, about me being pregnant, because I really didn't think that I could get pregnant, or I thought that, you know, I was going to have to do a lot of treatments, and, you know, that could be expensive. And, you know, it was just so much going through my mind at that time. So I went into the doctor's appointment, and he was like, so you're pregnant? I was like, I was just going to set up an appointment with you to talk to you about what can I do to get pregnant, because I wanted to start planning my family and everything. He was like, well, it looks like you figured it out. And I'm like, yeah, I guess I did. So he was listening to the baby's heartbeat. And as soon as I heard the heartbeat, I just busted out crying, because that really confirmed it for me. Like, I have this little human inside of me, and like, I hear her heartbeat. It was just, oh my gosh. So I go into the ultrasound room and, you know, they do everything. And he was like, oh, you're farther along than we thought. And I'm just like, what do you mean? He was like, oh, you're 5.5 months. I'm like, who 5.5 months? Like, he was like, oh yeah, you're halfway through your pregnancy. Like the first couple of months, like the first trimester, he was like, it's usually the worst. And I'm like, so in a matter of 2 days, I find out not only that I'm pregnant, but that I am 5.5 months. Are you kidding? Like, I don't even know what to do. It's so much that I got to do now, which I'm happy. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just like, this is so much to process. Oh my gosh. So, you know, they're doing everything in there. And then they were like, do you want to know if it's a boy or a girl? And I was like, yeah, I want to know. I mean, I'm already halfway through. I need to get stuff going. I need to tell people, you know, what I'm having for this baby shower and like everything. So I have a baby girl, y'all. When they said it's a girl, I'm like, oh my gosh. I was like, I did want a boy. I wanted my first to be a boy, but I'm happy. I am so happy. So I'm finding out that I'm having a girl. I'm 5.5 months pregnant and I'm pregnant. So it's so crazy. I'm so happy though. Right now I'm like 7 months, like 32 weeks, 7 months. So it's still new to me. It's still processing it, but, baby girl is doing really well. You know, my due date is March 1st, but they actually changed it. So now it's February 25th. So, you know, we're going to see. I know this video is all over the place, but another thing that I wanted to mention is that when I first got my primary care provider early last year, because I didn't have a primary care provider at the time, and then I found her and she's awesome. She told me that I had pre-diabetes. And I'm like, what is pre-diabetes? She was like, basically, I need to watch my sugar intake. And I'm like, I really don't even eat sugar like that. Like, I'm not a sweets person whatsoever. She was like, well, it's something that's, you know, causing your blood sugar levels to, you know, elevate a little bit more. So at that time last year, I had gained weight. I had gained like 30 pounds. So I was 201, but because I'm so tall, it really didn't look like I was 201. So I'm 5'9", now I was 201. So she was like, you need to lose some weight. And I'm like, well, I'm happy with my weight, what I am right now. So she was just like, you know, you just need to lose some weight. You need to watch your sugar intake, like, you know, whether it's sweets or whatever. I'm like, well, I don't eat sweets, but what I did find out, because after that appointment, I started to really watch my sugar. I used to drink a lot of juices, like the Simply lemonades and stuff like that. And I would drink them every day, all day. Okay. Like, I love them. And I see that they have like, it's somewhere between like 40 to 50% of sugar. Like, they have sugar, then they have the added sugars that equals the amount of sugar that you're intaking. So I started watching that. I started drinking a lot of water. I eliminated that. But if I did want lemonade, I started getting like light lemonades. And then I tried to start eating better. Like, I didn't eat any fried foods like that. And I started losing weight fairly quickly. I mean, quick. Like, I went from 201 to 172 in like a matter of like 2 months. Like, it was drastically fast. So I'm thinking that all the weight that I had on was from that added sugar. Don't quote me though, because I don't know, like, but I just dropped the weight fast. And I believe that it's because, you know, I eliminated the juices, all the sugar, and I was drinking a lot of water. So I didn't know that pre-diabetes is associated with PCOS. So I got all of that under control, and I really do honestly believe in my heart and soul that because I changed my diet and that I had lost that weight, that's what caused me to get pregnant. So I know that they say with PCOS, you're supposed to, change your diet, try to find healthy alternatives and everything. But like I said, I'm still trying to learn about PCOS. It's just a lot. So yeah, but I really think that by me changing my diet and everything, that really helped. So I'm trying to think of everything else to tell y'all. Oh, so I want to show y'all a picture that I took. I had went to a comedy show, DC Young Fly. I went to a comedy show, and I'm going to show you a picture right here. Y'all see how flat my stomach was? So this is why I had no idea I was pregnant at all. No idea I was pregnant. Like, I had no symptoms whatsoever. The only thing that I can think that I had as a symptom was being sleepy. And I thought that was from work, because I be tired from work. Like, you wouldn't think anything else. So that was the only symptom I had, but that's what I looked like. And then a few days later, this is what my stomach looked like.
Okay, I just wanted to insert this picture so that y'all could see a little bit better. So the first picture on the left is October 23rd. The one in the middle is October 30th. And the last one is November 7th.
So you can imagine why I was so scared and didn't know what was going on. Trying to think of something else. And I know as soon as I end this video and finish editing and everything, I'm going to think of something. So I'm going to just... in this video right here, it's long enough. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, share your story. If you have PCOS or something like endometriosis, like, please let me know. I would love to start, like, a conversation with everyone so we could share each other's stories and, see how maybe we could help someone else. And I also meant to tell y'all her name is Amara. So baby Amara is coming very soon. I'm looking forward to doing like baby hair videos with her, like her little puffs and stuff. Like, y'all, it's so crazy, but I'm so excited. Again, thank you so much for watching. I will do more videos. Just let me know what you would like to see from me. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all all on the next video.